Today we are looking at a machine that proves common sense occasionally takes a vacation. Someone looked at a humble 1940 to 1947 Ford pickup and thought, nice truck, but what if it sounded like a freight train, inhaled enough air to scare hurricanes and embarrassed modern sports cars? That wonderfully unreasonable idea created one unforgettable hot rod. It is rugged, loud, unapologetic, and about as subtle as a politician promising to lower taxes during election season. The original Ford pickups produced between 1940 and 1947 represented dependable American workhorses. Built to haul crops, construction materials, and just about everything else that kept the country moving, they became symbols of practicality. Production during World War II shifted heavily toward military priorities, leaving civilian vehicle manufacturing severely restricted between early 1942 and late 1945. After the war, surviving pickups were repaired repeatedly rather than replaced, giving them long working lives and creating the perfect foundation for future custom builders. Decades later, enthusiasts began transforming these sturdy trucks into hot rods, preserving the unmistakable pre-war body while replacing nearly every mechanical component underneath. The featured example is not a factory Ford specification, but a highly modified custom build inspired by the classic 1940 body style. It eventually surfaced in Missouri after being acquired by a dealer in 2022 and later crossed the auction block in 2024. Instead of the original flathead V8, this truck now relies on a heavily modified 6-litre Cummins inline-six diesel assembled by Bluegrass Diesel Performance in Lancaster, Kentucky. The engine features Marley pistons, beehive valve springs, a Hamilton steel camshaft, billet timing and tappet covers from Keating Machine, and a Farrell Diesel Stage 5 P7100 injection pump. Air enters through compound turbochargers, feeding a front-mounted intercooler before disappearing into the massive diesel. Thermal blankets surround the hot sides of the turbochargers, while fabricated piping and a dramatic stovepipe-style wastegate dump complete the induction system. And yes, nitrous oxide is also installed, because apparently someone decided ordinary insanity simply was not enough. Timmy saw the twin nitrous bottles once and confidently announced they were emergency lemonade tanks. Nobody corrected him because watching his confidence was funnier than the explanation. Power travels through a modified 47RH 4-speed automatic transmission to the rear wheels. Beneath the weathered steel body sits a fabricated chassis fitted with a Mustang II style independent front suspension, rack and pinion power steering, tubular control arms, conventional shocks, and adjustable Accuair air springs at every corner. 4-wheel disc brakes provide stopping power behind matte black smoothie-style wheels measuring 15 inches, 38 centimeters, at the front and 22 inches, 56 centimeters, at the rear. The steel cab includes a full roll cage, aluminum bucket seats with padded cushions, a Holly 12-inch, 31 centimeters, Pro Dash display, a PowerQuest touchscreen, and a B&M Pro Stick shifter. The wheelbase remains close to the original short bed proportions, while the custom frame dramatically improves rigidity. The cargo bed now houses a fuel cell, FAS fuel pump, V-air compressor, air tank, Proform aluminum radiator, and twin nitrous bottles instead of lumber or hay. With only 154 miles shown since completion, this remarkable creation spends far more time stealing attention. The design philosophy behind this pickup celebrates honest imperfection. Rather than polishing every panel until it resembles a mirror, the builders embraced a weathered brown and black patina that looks like decades of hard work, while hiding thoroughly modern engineering underneath. The split windshield, 1930s-style grille, Spirit of Ecstasy-inspired hood ornament, drilled frame horns, LED headlights, and fixed tailgate blend vintage character with contemporary function. It feels like history wearing racing boots instead of work boots. Even toxic neighbors usually stop complaining for a moment when this truck rumbles past, mostly because they cannot hear themselves anymore. For collectors, custom diesel hot rods occupy a fascinating niche. Every build is unique, making direct comparisons difficult. Unlike factory classics, whose value depends on originality, custom trucks are judged by craftsmanship, engineering quality, reliability, and overall execution. This particular Ford-inspired pickup sold for $27,000 on September 7, 2024, a figure reflecting both its specialized audience and extensive modifications. Comparable professionally built diesel-powered hot rods often change hands anywhere from the upper $20,000 range to well beyond $50,000, depending on specifications and presentation. That makes this sale an appealing value considering the fabricated chassis, competition-grade Cummins engine, compound turbo system, air suspension, digital electronics, and countless custom details. Timmy immediately declared he could build the same truck for half the money. We asked whether that included the engine. He proudly answered, "No, just the confidence." Meanwhile, Bob calculated that walking everywhere was still cheaper, then spent twice as much printing conspiracy pamphlets. Regardless of auction prices, this pickup deserves respect because it perfectly captures what hot rodding has always represented: creativity without asking permission. It honors Ford's hard-working heritage while fearlessly adopting modern diesel performance and custom fabrication. Every weld, bracket, pipe, and suspension component tells the story of builders who refuse to settle for ordinary. Instead of preserving history behind velvet ropes, they transformed it into something that still demands to be driven, heard, and enjoyed. Before we finish, a huge thank you goes to our incredible YouTube channel members. You keep these stories rolling, fuel our research, and probably prevent Timmy from investing in another revolutionary invention made from scrap metal and questionable optimism. If today's truck made you smile, remember, drive safely. Wave at friendly people, ignore grumpy politicians arguing on television, and never race a diesel hot rod unless your backup plan includes swallowing your pride with style. See you in the next